is like amazing. Hi, Ronida.
Hello, hello,
How
Tori.
are you
What's up?
doing? Good
Good,
evening.
good. Good evening.
Welcome
How are
to
you?
Poke. I am very well, Ronida. Welcome to Pokerbazi Presents Quarantunes, and thank you so much for taking time to like talk to us. It's an honor to have you here. I'm a huge fan of your work. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We all have a lot of time now, so you don't have to thank for our time. Everyone's got
Yeah,
lots of time in their hand now, nothing else to do. So
but
might as
I'm
well.
assuming that you would be busy with like a lot of. You have two movies lined up for release, if I'm not wrong. And
Honestly, right now I'm very busy with jhadu, pocha, bartan, kapda, and cooking for myself,
yeah.
fending for
Ah, you're
myself.
cooking yourself. What are you
Yeah,
making?
I'm stuck alone in
Uh,
this period, so managing to do things on my own. Aloo pitika rice is my favorite.
Favorite.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You are from
yeah,
Northeast. I am from the Northeast. Our
yeah.
staple food is aloo pitika dal rice. Do you agree?
Exactly. Easiest to cook and healthiest.
Amazing,
So I
Ronida.
do.
Amazing. So, Ronida,
Yeah.
please tell us about yourself. How did a boy from Shillong with no connections in the Bollywood movie industry anyhow make it so big? Like all your films have been so successful. Please let us know.
Hardly big. I don't know. I think it just happened. There was no thought to it that I want to get into Bollywood or anything as such. It's just that after college you did various jobs and all, and you were like trying to figure out, like every typical middle class boy, you didn't know what to do, and you're like, okay, let me try this, let me try that. And ultimately, the good thing for me was I knew what I didn't want to do. So I knew
Okay.
that I didn't want to wear a tie, shirt, and walk around, do 9 to 5 job. I didn't know what I want to do, but I knew what I
Okay.
didn't want to do.
Okay.
So yeah, so in that period, I was sitting at home, and that's how I met Sridhar, and that's
Okay.
where our association started. This is
Okay.
back in 2000, I think. Yeah,
Hmm.
20 years back.
So, have you never done like a Thai job ever?
I did. Hotel
How was
business.
that? How was
That's why I
that?
said, that's why I said I knew what I didn't want to do.
Yeah. So, how was that?
Yeah,
Like,
so
did you have long hair back then as well? Like, I'm sure you would have had longer hair.
I had, but I had to cut it and all that. So there were a lot of sacrifices.
Were you a rebel,
Yeah.
like, while growing up? Like, were you a rebel?
I don't know. You'll have to ask my seniors or my parents whether I was. I thought I was normal. I think
Okay.
everyone thinks
But
that they're normal.
every rebel thinks they're normal as well.
Absolutely. Rebel
So,
without a cause.
okay, Ronnie, so tell us about Wiki Donor. Like it had a very new subject. Like at that time when you released this a movie around 2012,
Yeah.
no one had broached topics like what you guys did. Like it was about sperm donor
Yeah.
and stuff. And what was it like? It was a social stigma as well. So how did you guys like come about it, launching Ayushman?
See, there was a way long struggle before that. If you go back, we had done a film called Yaha way back
Hmm.
in 2005,
Okay.
and it was with Jimmy Shergill and with Manisha Lamba, which we had
Okay.
directed, set in
Okay.
Kashmir. Uh, the timing of the release of that film, unfortunately, like how it is right now, was on the day of the Mumbai deluge when the
Oh.
Mumbai rains happened, the famous. So
Okay.
the film got washed out, and obviously nothing happened to that film. So then our struggle started. Then 2007-8, we started another film with Mr. Bachchan, which was called Shoebite, Johnny Mastana, various names.
Okay.
We kept on shooting, and there was a hectic shoot all over the country. We were shooting, and unfortunately, that got into a legal tangle, and
Okay.
that didn't release.
Okay.
So going by it from 2005 till about 2010, 5 years, we didn't have a release, and
Okay.
it became more and more difficult for us to get another film.
Okay.
And we were trying various subjects and everything, and it wasn't really working out. And the industry was also at that time still trying to figure out what kind of cinema. So it was more commercial driven cinema and all, and we were not
Hmm.
that equipped to
Hmm.
do that kind of cinema.
Hmm.
So around 2011, that is when Juhi came up with the basic idea of Wiki Donor.
Okay.
So when she just told us the basic idea for Sujit told me, and then we were like silent for almost 2 3 days,
Okay.
because the first thought was of a sperm donor, and you're like, uh, okay,
Hmm.
because there were a lot of double meaning kind of cinemas which were happening, and we were like, shit, we
Hmm.
don't want to do that. However desperate we are,
Hmm.
we don't want to do a film which just for the sake of it.
Can I ask you
And
to name a few of the double meanings
I
movies?
don't remember the names anymore.
Playing it safe, huh, Ronnie?
Yeah,
Anyways,
yeah.
yeah. So sorry, yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so
Hmm.
at that time, but then after 3 days we discussed and we were like, come on, it's coming from a friend of ours, Juhi Chaturvedi, and she's a lady, and we know that she doesn't have that kind of crass humor. So we said, okay,
Hmm.
let's let her develop. I'm sure she's not gonna come up with something that. So
Hmm.
then the whole thing started that okay, let's do it. And
Hmm.
as the story started developing, Sujit and Juhi started jamming on the script. And
Hmm.
finally, the script was like really nice and beautiful. I mean, we were like,
Hmm.
wow, let's do it. So
Hmm.
then we approached quite a few actors at that time, but
Hmm.
we were like literally nobodies.
Hmm.
So a lot of actors very politely said, we are not free, our dates are. So, you know, the regular thing when you're
Yeah. Hmm.
new. So we were like, okay. But by then, like me and Sujit had a discussion and we were like, listen, we've been doing advertising for almost 10 years
Okay.
and we made enough money. So we said, let's do it ourselves. Forget
Hmm.
any studio backing or anybody doing.
Hmm.
Let's do
Hmm.
it. Take it as a challenge and let's do it. What will happen? We will lose this money. We will work
Hmm.
harder for the next
Hmm.
5 months on advertising, make the money back.
Hmm.
It's not
Hmm.
like we have dreams of having buildings or
Hmm.
islands or aeroplanes. So we are middle
Okay.
class. So we're like, we've got more than what we expected. So
Hmm.
let's do it. So
Hmm.
that's how and we were looking at various actors. Then Jogi ji, our casting guy, he
Okay.
showed us a clip of Ayushmann. So
Okay.
Ayushmann didn't even give an audition. So he showed us a clip of Ayushmann. Ayushmann had done for MTV. So I
Okay.
never used to watch MTV, but he showed
Hmm.
me a YouTube clip where Ayushmann had done a spoof on Chak De India called Check De India. There was
I've
a
seen
song.
that. I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was
Yeah.
shot in Andheri Sports Complex. So we
Okay.
saw that and there was this really boy next door, very good vibe to him. So first thing
Hmm.
for us was that when we are talking about a sperm donor, he should not be like this six-pack hunk or something like that.
Yeah.
He needed to be a boy next door. So and so
Regular
that
guy.
it looks much more real. So yeah, so
Hmm.
that's how Aishman came on board. We met him and you're like, yes, this is the boy we'll
Hmm.
go with.
Hmm.
And then as we started, then John came along on the way, and I mean, he helped us a lot because his name carried a lot of weight when
Hmm.
while releasing. Because we realized that we'll make the film, but
Hmm.
what's the point if it does not get showcased properly?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that's
Hmm.
where John came in, and John put in his weight. And of course, when John was talking, people wanted to know what is he producing, so they came on to see the film. So that's how
Hmm.
the journey started.
Nice. You know what,
Yeah,
Ronida? Can I ask you a question? What's common
yeah.
between Ronnie, Lahiri, Sujit Sarkar, Ayushmann Khurrana, Amitabh Bachchan, and Tapsi Pannu?
What's common?
Yeah,
I think
they've
we've all
all
done films together.
all films are hit. So
Okay, thank you.
all films are hit. Yeah.
Lovely,
So,
lovely.
anyways, so Ronida, please tell us about your experience working with the legendary superstar Mr. Bachchan. How was it?
Yeah. Oh, it's been for a very long time. I mean, in fact, I think we started working with him in 2003 or 4.
Okay.
First with small ads, then we did a lot of Cadbury campaigns with him.
Hmm.
Then, so there was a lot of comfort level with a lot of advertising we've done together. And
Okay.
that's how the first time we did a film with him was this film which is called Shoe Bite, which is
Okay.
unfortunately in the cans, so we can't
Okay.
release it. So that was the first time that we worked with him, and
Hmm.
he is a legend. As you know, you can't say anything. I
Of
mean,
course.
when he's there on set, you just look at him and you're like, learn, like, wow, this
He
man,
has that aura, yeah.
what humility, what
Hmm.
timing, everything's. See, people think that becoming successful is easy. I would say it's very easy.
Hmm.
Staying successful is the key. So
Hmm.
that's where when you go up the ladder, you need to, because you'll be crossing a lot of people and you really need to be good, punctual, professional when you're going up.
Hmm.
Because one day you will come down. So now the
Correct.
choice is if you've been really bad at your thing while going up, somebody is going to throw you down from there and nobody's going to give you the cushion. You're going to just fall flat.
Hmm. True.
But if you've been good while going up, people will give you the cushion. You will come down. Eventually,
Hmm.
that's the rule.
Hmm.
Whoever goes up has to come down. That's
Correct.
gravity.
Agreed.
So it's how good you are, and that's what I have learned from Mr. Bachchan is how to stay on top.
Mm.
So
Mm.
how to be extra hardworking. It's not that once you've reached the top, you're like, ah, I've reached now. What?
Mm.
Nothing to do.
Mm.
You
Mm.
have to actually work harder when you're there
Mm.
to stay there. So that's something which is a valuable lesson which we've
Wonderful,
learned
wonderful
from him.
lesson. Wonderful lesson.
Yeah,
Like for youngsters like me and like for so many people watching, I
yeah,
think
yeah. You have
this
to
is a
see he's the
great
hardest
takeaway.
working person on the
Mm.
set. Like
Mm.
he will remember, he will sit and rehearse his lines, line after line after line. He will do it, like
Mm.
as if it's his first ever take in front of camera. But
Okay.
that's the
Wow.
dedication of the man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. So tell us, like, give us a little insight on Mr. Bachchan. Like, I'm sure you must have spent like quality time with him, like even personal time. So, like, tell us something which others don't know, is not out in the media.
Uh, Nothing as such. I mean, he's like on a regular level, he's a very normal person and very well educated, very well read. So some of the conversations that we have are very interesting. One of the thing that we had, which people wouldn't know, would be after Pink, the shooting got over,
Okay.
and he decided he got really close to the three girls, Tapsi, Kirti, and Andrea, in the
Okay.
film, and the four boys who were there, Angad, Vijay,
Hmm.
Rashul, and this. So he got really close to them, and then he said that let me call all of you guys for dinner to my place,
Hmm.
which I later heard that this is after ages that he called somebody from the crew to his
Okay.
home for dinner. So when
Okay.
he invited, he sent a message, and I saw the message, and it's like, "Please, you're invited to my home." And I'm like looking at my phone. I'm like, "Is that Mr. Bachchan inviting me to his home
Okay.
for dinner?" I'm like, "Okay." So then we were like, "Okay." I mean, we're going to the legend's house for dinner, so it's going to be like, "Let's go and have dinner quickly, get out of it," and
Uh,
like how it would be a very formal affair. So
hmm.
we discussed and we went there. And it was like really surprising when we went there, all of us together, Sujit, Tony, then all the girls and the boys, all of us, we went there. So when we rang the bell, surprisingly, Mr. Bachchan and Abhishek opened the door. I was
Wow.
expecting uh, lots of people over there, like their staff
Yeah,
would be
yeah,
there.
yeah. Hmm.
So
Hmm.
there was
Hmm.
nobody. It was like any
Wow.
other home. Like if somebody comes to my home, I'll be opening the door.
Hmm.
And they were asking themselves, what are
Hmm.
you going to have? This, that. So he asked me,
Wow.
are you going to have, what drinks are you having? I looked at him. I said, no, sir, cold drinks, of course. So I didn't want to be. So one of the person said, I'll have a wine. So
Hmm.
he said, okay, I'll get you wine. So then he said, Ronnie, you can also have something to drink. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, let's have. So I remember, I think that time IPL or something cricket was going on. So he was really busy watching his match. So everyone
Okay.
sat around there. And then uh, his daughter realized that some of us were not very interested in cricket. I'm from Shillong. So for me, football is more
Yeah.
important. Cricket is like, okay. So
Hmm.
then she's like, oh, guys, we're not interested in cricket. Let's come and sit in the other room. We can talk. So we
Hmm.
had a nice chat where we were sitting and all. And then it was like a really regular uh, uh,
Lot of
party, which is,
humility.
yeah, exactly. And like at dinner, they were themselves serving and this
Hmm.
thing. And I
Wow.
think I was busy with my drinks, and Abhishek said, "Forget that. We'll eat later." And he's looking at me. He's like, "I'm eating. You guys, whatever you want to do after drinks, you eat." So it was
Wow.
like normal. So yeah.
Like how you
So
go to a regular household.
yeah, if
Like
I
we
go to
make you
your
feel
house
very
or you come to
comfortable.
my house, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was it.
You make us feel so comfortable.
Yeah, and Vijay Verma says that Mr. Bachchan read out his father's poems also,
Wow.
definitely.
It must
Yeah,
have been an honor. Like that
yes, yes.
that's like some private like session for you.
Can I say some highs to some people? Okay, Bacha. Oi,
Yeah,
Mama,
sure.
take me. Mama from Shillong, no. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's my
Okay.
Shillong boys.
Yeah. So, Ronnie, you're from Shillong. So, tell us something about Shillong. Like, you're growing up, like your culture, like how uh, different was it from Shillong to Bollywood, like the kind of music you listen to and stuff like that. Yeah.
First and the most different thing was, yeah, definitely music.
Hmm.
Shillong, we grew up in the 80s and 90s, so
Hmm.
hardcore heavy metal boys. So it was like, yeah,
Yeah.
right from Iron Maiden
Sepultura,
to
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. The Sepultura was a little later stage, so I was like
Metallica
more
and stuff.
from
Hmm.
yeah, more. I started off with the AC/DC and
Ah,
Iron Maiden, then to
yeah.
Metallica. Metallica came while we were into middle of it, and GNR and all these
Do you go
bands.
for the
Then
Iron Maiden concert when they come to India?
the first one I went to when they
Wow,
came to Bangalore.
what a
Yeah,
show!
yeah, yeah. That show was like you had people from all the SAARC countries. I met guys from Nepal,
Wow.
Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, everyone was there. And Bangalore was like amazing. 3 days there was a maiden party happening before the real gig. It
Yeah, I
was like
think
amazing. That was,
that was the
yeah, yeah,
first major international band
yeah,
that time who had come to India,
yeah,
and they
yeah.
had a goddamn tank on stage, if I am not wrong. That was like
Exactly.
killer. Yeah.
Yeah. Killer.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
So yeah, you're
yes.
saying
So
the
music
music.
definitely was
Yeah.
very, yeah.
Hmm.
Then in terms of life was much more simpler, easier over there. I mean, we didn't have your mobiles or any of that, so didn't have much money. So we did a lot of played a lot of sports, did a lot of walking around. Like
Yeah.
if you had to go to Police Bazaar, you couldn't afford a taxi, so we used to from Edmonds, we used to take the stairs from via Anthony's and go via Wards Lake to PB.
Wow.
Delhi Mistan Bhandar, you had the best chole bhatures over there. So we used to go and eat over there. The Hong Kong market for our
Yeah.
fashion. We didn't have the big brands then, so Hong Kong market was our Louis Vuitton or whatever brands you talk about. Yeah,
Louis Vuittoni.
yeah, Vuittoni, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. But the Police Bazaar area and the momos, I think legendary momos in Shillong.
Momos, I had some amazing ones. Like a friend of mine, Hep. So his
Okay.
father was Tibetan and they and mother was Khasi. So they had their own restaurant. So
Okay.
a lot of time I've spent in his house. So house was in the restaurant complex. So we
Okay.
used to wake up and go into the kitchen and we used to have the freshest of momos
Wow.
with the stock which was made. So some
But
amazing momos I've had.
do you miss the momos in Bombay? Like, or Suraj Lama is serving
Yeah,
you?
uh, Suraj Lama. No,
No.
mine is Subhash Pradhan. Subhash,
Okay.
my friend, the guitar player.
Okay.
So he and his wife
Okay.
Chumku. So
Yeah,
they
yeah,
have
yeah.
got
He
this
seems
place
very
called
lucky in that.
Momolas.
Okay.
This is amazing. The like if it was not quarantine, I every day order 2 plates of chicken momo
Wow.
from them. Every
You're
day I eat.
surely fond of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Nice, nice. So, Ronita, tell us how you met Shujita and about your music videos days. Like, we would really like to know about that.
Yeah, as I said, I when I quit my corporate kind of a job, I was sitting at home, so I didn't
Okay.
know what to do. I knew that I don't want to do this corporate thing, so I was thinking that let me join advertising because in those
Hmm.
days I used to look at late 90s, early 2000. Advertising was one place where I could see the guys would be like in casual clothing, jeans
Hmm.
and all that, and go
Hmm.
to work like in casual hours and work till late. So working late was never my fear. My
Okay.
fear was going on time and wearing the clothes and doing that was
Hmm.
my fear. I didn't want to do that. So I met a friend, I mean, a very close friend of mine, Akshay Verma. He's a music composer also. In fact, he
Okay.
composed music for Vicky Donor along with
Okay.
Abhishek.
Okay.
So he and me, we've been very old friends.
Okay.
So he had just passed out of college and so he had a band in Delhi in those days. So we used to hang out every evening together, you know. So I was telling him that, dude, I just want to do something different, advertising and all, something
Hmm.
on the creative. So he told me that he was had done something with Sujita, and so he said, "I'll make you meet him, and then you see if
Hmm.
he
It
can
works. Hmm.
refer you to somebody in advertising because
Hmm.
he is directing ad films and all." So we met and we discussed,
Hmm.
and then we had the common ground like. My dad was in the army, his dad was in the air force, and also we had this very common kind of a thing.
Hmm.
So that's when he said, "Ki, why don't you work with us and we'll see. We are also starting and let's see
Hmm.
how and where we go from here."
Hmm.
And I also liked the vibe and I was like, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. I mean, so there was not no money as such. So it
Hmm.
was like, okay, let's work and let's do things. So I remember initial days when we were together, we used to do probably 1 or 2 ad films in a month. And the
Hmm.
15 days we were in Delhi, we used
Okay.
to be in Safdarjung, our office. So there used
Okay.
to be a park, and we all used to play football over there every evening.
Okay.
So because there was not much work, so that's how
Hmm.
we started off. Then Manke Manjire happened, and then Manke Manjire actually got in those days the Screen Awards for the best
Wow.
music video. Those days, music videos were like really big to look out
Yeah.
for. I
Mm-hmm.
remember that was a time when Ravi Udyawar came with a music video, Sabal Shekhawat, some really big known names, Mahesh Mathai, and all these big advertising names established themselves with music videos. So that was a time we also came in, like Pradeep Sarkar made a couple of really good music videos in those days, like with
Okay.
Euphoria and all these
Hmm.
bands.
They had like
So
good
yeah,
ones,
so
Mairi and
yeah,
stuff.
so
Yeah.
music, yeah, so
Hmm.
music video was a big thing in those days, like
Hmm. Hmm.
really
Hmm. Hmm.
respected.
Hmm.
So
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah, so that video got us the attention, and then we got some job inquiries from Bombay Advertising, and that's when we
Okay.
decided to shift to Bombay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Interesting, Ronnie. So you work a lot with Mr. Shantanu Moitra. So like,
yeah, yeah.
is there any particular reason like for choosing him in all your movies?
Shantanu and Sweet have been friends from college times. They're
Okay.
like really old
But
friends.
he's a
So
fantastic
the
composer, huh?
basic, yeah, yeah. So our basic thing is we actually work with a lot of our friends only. Most of the people
Okay.
who we work with are all mostly friends. So it's more like
Vibe, vibe.
it doesn't feel like work. It's like everyone's having a good time, having fun,
Hmm.
joking, and all that. And
Hmm.
in between, we are working also. In between all
Okay.
the hazlami and jokes and everything, you
Hmm.
get your time to do your work. So that's how we
Patlami
work.
is important.
Yeah, absolutely.
But vibe. Have you heard that song by the way by Divine? Vibe.
No,
Huh?
no, no,
I'll
no.
I'll send it to you. You should check it out.
Okay, okay.
So, Ronita, tell us like how do you like select music for your movies? Like, do you like are you open to like suppose a new composer wants to approach you like with his songs for your movies, upcoming movies? How can he approach you? Like, is are you open to it?
Yeah, yeah.
Stuff like that.
We are very much like recently for a new film, Gulabo Sitabo, we have a new music composer, two music composer who are
Okay.
new guys. So I mean, people send us on WhatsApp their compositions. Sometimes they send us by mails. So
Hmm.
we generally tend to listen to stuff, what is
Hmm.
happening,
Hmm.
and we actually go with the vibe, what we want for our film. So we've never gone with the thing that, oh, this is a film, so we need to have X music composer or
Hmm.
Y music composer. It's like,
Hmm.
okay, this is the film, this is the vibe, let's see who is good. Like
Hmm.
with Shantanu, the good thing is he's really focused on score.
Hmm.
Like for us in our films, music score is most important than even
Hmm.
the music songs and album.
Hmm.
The score
Hmm.
is
Hmm.
what helps us tell the story. So
Hmm.
which Shantanu, it's like it's his forte. So like most of our
Nice.
films, he's only done the background score,
Very well.
songs and all. Then we do it with a lot of people. Like Abhishek and Akshay did for Vicky Donor.
Hmm.
Then in Madras Cafe it was Shantanu Da. Then in Piku it was Anupam Roy, his first
Yeah.
Hindi film as a
Hmm.
music composer. Then Pink it was Anupam did. Then Shantanu did and there was this friend of mine from Pakistan who had done
Okay.
Mujahid.
Okay.
So various people. So it's always like that.
Okay. Interesting. So basically, new composers have an option of reaching out to you, and
Absolutely, absolutely,
that's good to know.
absolutely.
Like producers like you are open, gives us like hope for like
Yeah, but
independent
if there is a
musicians and
music
new
composer,
musicians.
I need to say something. One guy keeps on sending me, I'll give you 100% assured hits. So my simple thing is, if you write something like that, I'm never going to listen to your song. If you say this is my best effort I have given, I will
Uh,
definitely. I am not looking at hit songs. I'm looking at good songs. So some guys
correct.
really piss you off by writing. I am assuring you of 100% hit song for your film. I'm like, sorry, I don't need hit songs. I need good songs.
For all the composers and musicians watching, I think you should take note of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one knows how a song is going to be it, right? When it's going to be it. There's no formula to
It
it.
has to be from the heart. If it's
Yeah.
good, it'll do well. Simple.
Yeah. Good thought. So, Ronita, I want to show you a picture. Do let me know how do you end up in photos like this? Okay.
Which
Do you see this?
okay. Yeah, yeah. Uh, I don't know how it happened, but yeah, everyone sent me that photo, and it's been a recurring event. Every year I get this photo. I don't know why
Yeah.
somebody or the other every year discovers it and thinks that this is the first time, but it's
Hmm.
almost 5 years now. So I'm like, guys, leave me alone. And If you notice, that is the day I went straight from the shoot. I wasn't even wearing formals. I was wearing a t-shirt and I was like hoping that it's a black t-shirt. Nobody's gonna anyway click my photograph. I'm not that this thing. And I ended up in that picture.
So what were you thinking in this photo? Like you seem to be like thinking.
Yeah, thinking
Okay, I
really
see
deep.
that you.
Yeah,
I see that you were trying to like play it safe.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
that's okay. That's okay. So, Ronnie, that tell us about like your upcoming projects. Like you have two movies in the pipeline. So tell us about them.
yeah. Uh, right now, today is what? Today is 18th. Technically, if the coronavirus wasn't there, then yesterday my film would have released, Gulabo Sitabo.
Wow. Wow.
17th April was the release date. It's totally ready, and it's like a baby who's like waiting to come out. So we are
Hmm.
like waiting for the situation. It's a lovely film. It's with Mr. Bachchan and Ayushmann coming together. So it's like
Yeah.
two of the what a range, a legend and one who's the upcoming big guy doing
Yeah.
content cinema. So
Hmm.
it's two of them and our relationship with both of them. And of course, the lethal combination of Juhi Chaturvedi, who has
Hmm.
written our Piku, Wiki Donor,
Hmm.
October, and
Hmm.
now this one.
Oh.
And it's set in Lucknow and it's a fun film. And with
Hmm.
Sujitda and his satire and his
Hmm.
that kind of a humor which is there. So it's a film I think people will enjoy. It's light-hearted, it's fun,
Is it the
and
movie? Acha, it's shot in Lucknow, and you're spending a lot of time in Russia as well.
yeah, yeah.
I think you
So that's
spend
for
like most of the year.
yeah, that's for Sardar Udham Singh.
Okay.
We were shooting a lot over there, so that was a big challenging film. I think one of the most challenging films in my career so far.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like recreating 1930s, 20s of London and all that stuff. So it was quite a challenging film to do.
Hmm.
So that's why I was
Wow.
there, traveling a lot over there and in Punjab. So yeah, last
Oh,
year I was literally, I think 220 days I was in a hotel room.
yeah.
And that's
Wow.
why now for 1.5 months I'm stuck here in my house, not going out anywhere.
Does it feel nice though?
Yeah, I missed it. Last year I wasn't at home.
You spend so
So
much
this
money
year,
in your house and then you don't even get to live. So I'm sure it
exactly.
must be feeling nice.
Exactly. The only thing I'm missing is you coming over to get beaten in FIFA.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So Ronita, tell me one thing. Has the thought of releasing these movies on digital platforms ever crossed your mind, or like is not viable? Please tell us about that.
See, the discussion's been everyone, all the other producers, filmmakers are doing because you see, you have to think 5 steps ahead. You don't know what is happening right now. We are in this middle of pandemic. We ourselves, none of us know. It's a first time for everyone. Forget us, the government. To nobody knows. The doctors don't know. So till the time I think we have a cure for it, this situation is gonna be a little dicey. It's like
Hmm.
till we have a dolo for coronavirus,
Hmm.
people are going to be scared of going out to
Hmm. Hmm.
the malls, cinema halls, restaurants, anything. It's more
Hmm.
of a psychological effect which has happened right now
Hmm.
with the
Hmm.
way the
Hmm.
whole world has been locked up. Yeah,
What
so
is?
basically one has to think about the monetization also because
Yeah.
I mean there's a lot of money which been spent. So when we release a film, there are various ways to monetize it. So there is
Hmm.
OTT, there is cinema chains, there is international, there is music. So various heads are there. Now, if I
Hmm.
have to do everything in one basket, then the money also has to come from that one basket only. So there, these are the
Correct.
initial discussions.
Hmm.
So we'll have to wait and see how the OTT platforms also react because
Hmm.
I'm
Hmm.
sure they
Hmm.
are also running out of their content because everyone is like sitting and watching everything possible.
Hmm. Hmm.
Very
Hmm.
soon,
Hmm.
people will be watching a lot of documentaries. So my
Yeah.
thing is that after this lockdown, I think you will have a lot of intelligent people or really super fit people because all the people are working out or watching documentaries or reading. So two kinds of
Yeah.
people are going to come out.
True. True. So what are you watching, Ronita?
I've been watching documentaries. Then the recent one which I was watching was this show on football in Netflix. It's called Sunderland Till I Die.
Oh, I've seen
And
that banner. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And the other one, the English game.
Okay.
And yeah, then 2 days back, I think Fauda dropped. So season 3. So I've just
Okay.
started Fauda. So which I'd
Okay.
seen the first two. So yeah, so I'm not like really watching the whole day. I have kind of put it in a routine that watch it only for 2 hours in the night. That's it.
Mm.
So
Spending
not
like time
sitting in front
spent
of.
from like. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, first half of the day anyways goes in all the household stuff, cooking and everything.
Jhadu pocha.
Jhadu, pocha, bartan, sab.
Surprising. I would love to see you do something like that. Like I'll WhatsApp video call you when you do that next time.
Come on, I've stayed a bachelor for very long. I know how to do it. Yeah. It's not a first time. I'm not stuck.
I'm sure. I'm sure, Ronnie.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
So
So, Ronnie, shall we play a rapid fire round with you?
okay, what is it?
So I'll ask you a few questions, and
Okay.
you will have to answer it immediately, like no pause. Like, okay?
Okay.
You have like 3 seconds to answer each question.
Okay.
Okay? Okay. Favorite film?
Favorite film? Recent would be Interstellar.
Okay. And all time?
All time would be The Godfather 1 and 2.
Not three?
3, okay. Not didn't live up to that level.
Worst film?
Worst? I don't know. Not really. I've not
Uh,
graded it.
Favorite actor?
Favorite actor? It's a tie between Al Pacino and Robert De Niro.
In India?
Mr. Bachchan. Who else?
Most overrated actor in India?
Most overrated. No idea. Underrated, I can say. Overrated.
Who is the most underrated actor?
Underrated actor. See, now he's fulfilled his potential. Like Aishman in his initial days, I always thought had a lot of potential and he wasn't getting the right. But last 2, 3 years, he's really hit the
Having
mark.
his due.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Ayushmann Khurrana or Vicky Kaushal?
Wow, both are jigar ka tukdas. Both are lovely boys. Full on Punjabi boys. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Singer or musician you want in your movie, like whom you have, like dream collaboration with a musician in your movie, like whom would that be?
Uh, Dream collaboration. I mean, if you're talking about dream, yeah, definitely A.R. Rahman Saab. Definitely someday. I
Okay.
mean, he really changed the way Bollywood music is. I mean,
Hmm.
I actually came back to listening to Bollywood music after R.D. Burman. There
Hmm.
was a big lull. And then
Okay.
with Roja, that's how I started
Hmm.
getting back to Hindi music.
Nice, nice. And who is your favorite like artist whom you think has a lot of potential but very underrated in terms of music?
Uh, in terms of Bollywood, you're talking or what?
Anything that'll do. Like you listen to a lot of regional music as well, so that'll be
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, yeah. So in the regional scene, you're saying somebody like I really love the regional stuff and the independent stuff of what Papon does. More than his Bollywood
Wow.
stuff. I
Papam guy,
actually love
definitely.
his yeah, like right from his first
And
album
I am from
onwards.
Assam.
Yeah. So
Mm.
yeah, so his
Mm.
original stuff. In fact, recently I was listening to his very old song called Din Guzarte, which he had also forgotten
Okay.
and put it up on my Insta story. And then he
Okay.
made a quick video of himself in his house and re-released that song
Okay.
on Insta.
Wow.
So that's a
Wow.
lovely song.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
So
then of
I
course
he's from Assam.
Zubin. Yeah, then Zubin I listen to. Then in the Northeast there are lots of singers. In fact, I had done one collaboration long time back for Northeast United when I had
Okay.
started Northeast United with John. So the
Okay.
anthem for that club we had devised, which was
Mm.
Papon had composed the song with Kalyan Barua,
Yeah. Of course.
and
Yeah.
yeah, and what we decided was we will have 2, 3 singers from every state of the eight
Mm.
states to
Mm.
come together and
Mm.
do their parts. So it was
Mm.
like quite an interesting thing because we didn't meet anybody. We
Okay.
sent them the files. So there were people like from Meghalaya, we had Tipriti, Rudy Walang, and of course Lumajao. They
Yeah.
collaborate.
Right.
They
Mm.
came from Assam. We had Joy, Papon,
Mm.
Zubin.
Okay.
Then from Manipur, we had Guru Ruben,
Okay.
who did. From Nagaland, we had Alobo Naga and the Tetsuo sisters.
Wow, wow,
Then from this place, what do you call? Sikkim, we had the Girish and the Chronicles.
wow. Amazing. Girish is like
Yeah,
outstanding.
yeah, Girish is amazing. Then from Mizoram, we had Boomerang, Boom Boom, and Atya.
Okay.
And yeah, and from Tripura, we had, why am I forgetting his name? He's a rap artist, really good. What Rankhol? His surname is Rankhol.
Okay. I don't know.
Shit,
I
I'm
have
really
missed
sorry.
it.
I'm forgetting. Yeah. So some
Okay.
16 artists coming together and they had performed. It was like amazing to
Hmm.
do that. So such
All
beautiful
Star
talent over
Northeast
there.
lineup. All Star
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Northeast lineup.
It
Yeah.
was like
Amazing.
all-star lineup.
Yeah, and I think football being so huge in the Northeast, everyone would have like happily come together and like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
this.
Absolutely.
Of course, for
Yeah.
you, it's heavy. So, have you heard of this guy called Island Warrior from SM? He's an
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
amazing.
yeah, yeah.
He's doing
Yeah.
really well. You should check him out. Like,
I've heard. I've
doing
heard of
Assamese
his
rap. Like, a lot
Assamese
of
rap.
like
Yeah.
new talent have come from SM. Anyway, so
Yeah.
Ronita, what's your favorite dialogue?
Dialogue is none.
Man, okay,
Yeah. Not
okay,
a dialogue
and
kind of person.
would you prefer poker on Pokerbazi or FIFA?
Since your pokerbazi is like, I don't know anything about gambling or poker or cards. So
Okay.
maybe the beginner's luck I can try out at pokerbazi.
That works. That works.
Yeah, yeah. So the beginner's luck
Also,
I can try.
Navneeta, who is better at FIFA? You or me? You don't have
Come
to
on,
answer
it's
that. We
me.
know the answer. We know the
Yeah, it's me.
answer. We know
Yeah.
the answer to
There are certain people who know have beaten you.
it.
Yeah,
By the way, your friend Risa is here and she was like trying to say hi to you a lot of times.
yeah. Hello, Risa. Didn't I beat him?
Anyway, so Ronida, it was like lovely talking to you. Do you have
Same here.
like any final words for our viewers here, like during this quarantine time?
No, I think best is get into a routine and don't take it as a punishment. Enjoy. Because
Hmm.
later on, I'm sure you'll be cribbing, oh, Kiman, how much work I've got, I don't get time to spend at home. So take it
Hmm.
as a blessing. Stay at home, chill with your family members. If you're alone, be even more careful. Try and have a routine, do things at a perfect time. Don't just become a sloth and just sit around in the sofa the whole day. Work out,
Hmm.
tire yourself so that you sleep on time, eat healthy, whatever you can manage, and that's it, and enjoy till it lasts.
Pearls of wisdom
Yep.
from Ronida. Amazing, amazing.
Okay.
You
Thanks, Todi.
okay,
Thanks.
Ronida?
It was
Thank you
good
so
fun.
much for being a part
Take
of
care.
Quarantine. Bye,
Take
Ronida.
care.
Take care.
By the way,
Thank you.
what is this quarantine marathon? I forgot to ask you this
Ah,
question.
acha,
What exactly is this?
so what we are doing right now is we have got like 150 artists and we have got 150 moderators and like artists like you who are creating amazing content. They may be like singers, film critics, producers, filmmakers, nutritionists, lifestyle coaches, people who are doing amazing stuff with collaborating with event managers, wedding planners, artist managers like me, and
Hmm.
poets, lyricists, and all coming together and provide entertainment to everyone in this lockdown and now lockdown too. So
Good.
yeah,
So God bless you. You
thank
guys are doing a good job keeping people
thank you,
entertained, which is
Ronita.
the most important thing in this time. Yeah. Cool.
You,
I'll
thank
check
you.
out your
Good
other
night.
story, other live
Please do.
shows.
Please do. We
Yeah.
are
Okay.
on till the 26th, so till Sunday, and we have like 10 sessions every day. So please feel free.
Lovely. Perfect.
Amazing.
Perfect. Lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Ronita.
Sidharth. See you. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye. Good
Bye.
night.
Lovely
Bye bye.
talking. Bye. Good
Bye.
night.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.